To assure that measuring heads from BenchMark Wireline are providing accurate data, it is important to periodically inspect them and verify that the groove in the measuring wheel is still within specifications. Though the wheels are very durable, lengthy usage can cause wear on the measuring wheel, which can deliver incorrect measurements. At least 2 times a year, the measuring wheel should be cleaned, carefully inspected and measured to make sure that it is within specifications. This procedure will help you determine when wear on the measuring wheel necessitates replacing the wheel. We will explain the evaluation formula using data from a new measuring head. This data will provide information that you can use to evaluate the condition of your wheels during their service life. The basic process involves getting current accurate measurements of the wheel groove in relation to the wheel rim. There are 2 methods to measure the groove in the measuring wheel. 1. Use a large micrometer and measure the diameter of the entire wheel. Note, for this method, you will have to remove the wheel from the measuring head. 2. Use a dial depth gauge directly on the rim of the wheel, and measure the depth of the groove. Note, you will not have to remove the wheel from the measuring head for this method. For method number 1, remove the wheel from the measuring head. Thoroughly clean the groove of the wheel where the measurement will be taken. Remove all debris, grime and chemicals down to bare metal in the groove. Here is the formula used for evaluating your measuring wheel. The first number is the wheel rim diameter as provided by the manufacturer. The next number is the wheel groove diameter. To get this measurement, use the large micrometer to measure the groove in the wheel. Make sure this measurement is taken at the center bottom of the groove. Subtract the groove diameter number from the wheel diameter number to determine the difference. Over time, because of wear on the wheel, the groove diameter number will become smaller as wear causes the groove to deepen and the diameter to decrease. Divide the difference number by 2. Then add the allowed wear tolerance number of 0.0025. The maximum calculated value number is the baseline threshold measurement number for this wheel. In future wheel evaluations, if that number is greater than the 0.4575 threshold value in this example, that means that the distance between the wheel rim diameter and the groove diameter is greater than before, and the groove has been worn down. Therefore, the accuracy of the measurements is below the acceptable tolerance and it is recommended that the wheel be replaced. If the maximum calculated value number is less than, or equal to the 0.4575 threshold number, a replacement is not yet recommended. The other inspection process is simplified and has fewer steps. It does not require removing the measuring wheel. In this example, for clarity, we are demonstrating the process on a removed wheel. Like all wheel measurement inspections, first, thoroughly clean the groove of the wheel of all debris, grime and oils down to bare metal in the groove. With this process, use the dial depth gauge to directly measure the distance between the rim of the wheel and the groove of the wheel. Make sure that the measurement is taken in the middle of the groove of the wheel. Rest the metal bar below the gauge across the wheel rims, which will press the gauge's probe into the center of the bottom of the groove. Roll the gauge slightly from side to side on the rim and note the lowest value on the indicator dial. In this example the value is 0.455. That is the depth gauge groove value for the formula. Add the wear tolerance value of 0.0025. If the number is equal to or less than the maximum calculated threshold value of 0.4575, your wheel is in spec. If the new measurement is greater than the threshold value, it is recommended that you replace the wheel. After the initial measurements have been taken and the threshold baseline number has been established, taking periodic measurements is very simple and can be done either with the wheel removed from the measuring head or with the wheel left in. In both cases make sure that the groove of the wheel is thoroughly cleaned where the measurement will be taken. Remove all debris, grime and chemicals, down to bare metal in the groove. With the wheel removed, use the large micrometer and measure the groove of the entire wheel. Then divide it by 2. Or similarly, with the wheel left in the measuring head, use the depth gauge and measure the groove depth. Then compare that measurement with the threshold baseline number. If the new measurement is greater than the baseline number, it is recommended to replace the wheel. If the new measurement is less than or equal to the baseline number, it is not recommended to replace the wheel yet.